right, welcome to another episode of Most Man. How y'all doing out there? I want you to like, subscribe, ring that bell, comment. Need some comments, boys and girls. How we doing out there? We're on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, iHeartMedia, themostmen.com. That's themostmen.com, M-E-N. Info at themostmen.com is our email. If you want to email us. We also have jointhemensclub.com. This podcast is about building better men. That's what we want to do, is help all the young and older men stuck in a rut, stuck in a situation where you've given up your man card, given up your balls, you've given up on life. No, get it back. $99.95. Get your man kit, get your man card, get your balls back, get your 12-step program on how to maintain, retain with the 12 tenets. Rule number 1, when you put your foot down, it hits the ground. You stand for something. If you want to be treated like a man, you got to act like a man. So let's do that. All right. So we are also on Rumble now. So come on over. Rumble's not censoring anybody over there. We can have a hell of a lot more fun over there than we can have here on YouTube. We do love YouTube, though. We don't hate YouTube, but it's just, come on, YouTube. You know, let's get back to the basics, man. Let's have some fun. You're losing something right there. I don't want you to lose it, cowboy. So I am Mark. Again, this show is about building better men. And we're going to have a hell of a time doing it. So join the men's club with us. Get your man kit. Get your man card. Get your balls back. Let's have some fun in the men's club. Tyler, how we doing, my man?
I just want a YouTube. YouTube told me, hey, YouTube. But now I can't iTube. I don't know.
No, you can't iTube. They want you to WeTube.
Yeah.
Or
SheTube.
ScrewTube.
ScrewTube? What's that?
Or what do they call them now? Moobs. Did you hear about you remember when Biden had all of our tranny boys up there with,
oh my God,
shaking their titties on the White House lawn with their
God.
moobs?
When was that? Was that July 4th?
I don't know what it was. It's fucking stupid.
It was like Independence Day or something. I don't remember.
Yeah,
I couldn't
free your
believe
moobs. Yeah. Joe Biden needs a set of moobs. Yeah. So, today's topic is, again, this is about building better men. I'm not your Lord and Savior. I'm not going to solve all your problems, but this is the men's club. This is where we come to solve this guy talk. This is the men's club. There's a lot of real shit. We just call it the way it is here, okay? There is no in between. You know, I'm not 100% right on everything. Don't claim to be. Never will be. But this is the men's club, and this is where we figure out guy shit and how to build better men. So, topic of today. This is going to get interesting with a little alcohol in us.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Might want to buckle up Buttercup down there on the... Yeah.
One button, man. I don't know. Time.
Yeah. No, it happens to me all the time, too. Yeah, it's like leaving your zipper open.
Oh,
You know when your zipper's open and you look down, you go like that, and then all of a sudden you zip the head of your dick up in the zipper.
God.
Yeah.
Just leave
So
it.
that after that, you always look down. You're like, okay, I'll figure this thing out.
What was that movie? Was that There's Something About Mary? Where he did it in the bathroom. He like zipped it. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Something about Mary?
I think that was the movie.
I did see that movie, but I don't know. I don't know. There's been several movies. You cannot not document that happen. It's happened to every fucking guy in the fucking world.
I'll find that.
Except for the Saudis and all those guys over there. They wear those thobes. You want to see what let me show you. Need not be hating on all these guys over there, man. They've got their shit together over there. Look at this. This would solve all your problems. Zipping your dick up, drip in your underwear, not having the excuse to hang, whitey toddies don't let that fucker hang. Okay, hold on, let me get this straight. Dude, them Arabs over there walking around, that's what those white gowns that they wear, they're called thobes, and that headdress is called your gutra. Okay, this is what a toilet looks like. This is a man's toilet in Kuwait.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
They stand over. Do you see? It's got a place for their feet. They walk over there, stand on it. They lift their dress up or their thobe and piss straight down. There's no peeing on the seat. There's no peeing on the floor.
Huh.
There's none of that. Here you go. See that right there? That's a hole in the ground. And they don't use to look at the okay, so my foot was broken when I was over there, so I had to, that was my little scooter. So I'm in there trying to take a piss on one leg. And that's where they shit too. There's no toilet paper in there either.
What?
Do you see the toilet paper roll holder? There's 0 toilet paper in there. After you leave there, over here, right here, there's a bidet for men. You walk over it, you set it adjusted to your ass level, and to get your balls across it, and or they have a hose like what we have in America, like at the kitchen sink, the spray nozzle.
Yeah.
They don't have toilet paper over there.
Whoa.
That's why they don't shake with don't ever shake a Middle Eastern man's left hand. If you're left-handed out there, don't ever do it. That's the hand that they wipe their ass with or clean their ass with the fountain. The it's either a spray nozzle, but it's a bidet, or you walk over it, it shoots a jet of water up your ass. They don't use toilet paper over there.
Wow.
Okay, and also, this is going to segue great into the next topic. Okay, women have rights over there, but they're for breeding purposes only. They're treated like queens, okay? But they're there to bear children, take care of their man, and take care of the family. They're very, very, very well taken care of, okay? But the men, it's very disrespectful, number one, to shake his left hand, because even if you're left-handed or whatever, you shake with the right, okay? Because the left hand is the one they wash their ass with, because it's either the squirt nozzle or the regular bidet, so they're back there wiping their ass with their left hand. They only shake hands with their right hand, and they hold hands. Men, fully grown men. If an Arab guy, or let's figure out a Middle Eastern man, not just Arab. If a Middle Eastern man grabs your hand while y'all are walking and y'all are having a conversation, it is disrespectful not to hold his hand. In America, you're like, what the fuck, dude? Especially in Texas. We're from Texas down here, okay? It's like, whoa, bro, what the fuck, man?
Throw him off a roof.
Yeah, no, over there, that's how you know that y'all are getting to the point where business is about to get good. That's when you know that you have all the respect, all their trust, like all of it. That is a sign saying, hey, you're one of my brothers now, okay? Like, I'm welcoming you into because once you're welcomed in, dude, I have never been treated more like a king than I have over there. And the way they entertain people over there, it is insane. Insane. They'll take you shopping, and you're like, no, I don't need that. And as soon as you say you don't need it, they're going to buy you 3 of them. I'm talking Rolex watches. I'm talking shit. You're just like, dude, I appreciate that's a very nice gesture, but the more that they're like, no, I'll buy you 3. Give one to your brother, your mother, your father. I'm telling you, don't sleep on all the stuff you hear about all the terrorism and all the shit going on over there. Let me tell you something. These people are miles ahead of us. Okay? But my point is that, and then they also, when you're finished with your walk and your conversation or whatever, they kiss each other on the cheek, man. They don't lay lips, but it's, kind of how it is in Europe, just that, So don't ever, if you don't allow that to happen, I remember the first time I had a guy, and he grabbed my hand and cupped it with the second one. And I'm like, what in the fuck is going on here? And I was told this too, but I didn't know. I didn't think that, but it is a big, big deal over there. But I'm telling you, man, once you earn the respect, dude, it's Katie bar the doors. You're in the loop. And they are. You can say whatever you want to. There are, Iran and all these fucking fucked up places and all that. But over there, they're some of the most peaceful. There are no problems in their streets. I dare you to go buy a rainbow shirt and put on the front, Allah is gay. Go walk the streets over there and see what happens to you. It ain't fucking happening. You're a dead man. They don't want that shit over there. When they say they don't want the American ways or the Western ways, they don't. They're happy with the way their society gets down. It's clean. It's respectable. Everybody's treated with respect. It's a totally different ball game. But how the hell do we even get on this subject? I don't know. Don't care. We're on it. So, but what I'm getting at is that most men out there in America, weak. The men over there, strong. Their values, strong. Their values mean something over there. They don't, I guarantee you inject all this woke bullshit over there, ain't happening. Not happening. But what my point, I think kind of my point is that don't sleep on those people over there, man, because they are some of the most peaceful, appreciative, just the way they live their life over there is it's not what's portrayed on our media here. I mean, you get caught stealing over there, they're going to chop your hand off. That they don't want theft in their country. You rape somebody or rape one of their daughters, or yeah, you're getting your fucking head chopped off. That shit doesn't fly over there. Their daughters are their royalty to them. You know what I mean? Disrespect a leader or any of that. No, their leadership means something over there. And honor means something over there. And that's what's going to hit on what our topic is today. Okay? Is that over there, the hierarchy of how shit runs over here, which we'll get into, their hierarchy over there is just traditional values. The man runs the show. The women are there to reproduce and to take care of the children and to bear children and to be good mothers and to be the family, run the household. It's the man's job to go out and make the money, right? Just traditional values. But here, good old USA, so that's the topic of today, is that here in America, women don't, and this, before I say this, a shout out to Steve. Steve, you gave me this idea, and I appreciate it. And when you come on, we're going to go over this your style. But this is the topic, and we're just going to let it fly tonight. Okay? Wherever it goes, it goes. But this is a very good point. Steve is a listener, by the way. He's a friend of mine. Been a friend of mine for a long time. Great guy. You'll love him. He's kind of like a Renaissance man, dude. He can do anything. He's a fishing guy, hunting guy. Me and him fished together for years on my boat, my commercial boat. And but he's a man's man, dude. This guy, fucking see a rabbit running out inside the yard, he'll figure out somebody. He doesn't even have to have a gun. He'll find a fucking stick or a rock, and he'll kill that son of a bitch, start a fire right there, and cook him for dinner. Oh. That's how he gets down. When you shake his hand, it looks like a set of claws at the end of his hand. Every single finger is so calloused. He's a big, tall guy like you. And when he shakes your fucking hand, you've met a guy. I mean, you shake his hand, it's like a fucking rock. He's like shaking hands with Ivan Drago. He's a beast. But he's the one that brought this up. We were talking the other night, and he's like, "Hey, man, this would be a good topic for your podcast." And I was like, "All right, so what is it?" And he's going to come on here. That's why I don't want to. Here, I can toss that over here. Just, yeah. So he's like, "Look," and I've got it written. I've got his direct quote written down, and that's the reason why I'm not going to try to. I'm just going to go over the brief overview of what it's about. Is that women don't have a low. They can go low, 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 and they can, especially when they're mad, their feelings are hurt. They've got, they want to lash out. Okay, and this isn't a dig on women out there. This is not a dig. Y'all are fucking nuts. Y'all already know it. Y'all know it. Accept it. We all know y'all are nuts. We know. Y'all know. The world knows. Okay? This isn't a dig on women out there. This is just facts. Okay? And why, as men, we withdraw. Y'all push us away. We're like, fuck that. I'm not going to commit to that. Or I'm not going to be treated like that. Or what the fuck is this? Like, what are you talking about? This is coming from men. Okay? And men out there, most man moment. You got to know this. Again, I'm not your savior, but this shit is just obvious. It's true. We all know it. But we're going to talk about it. Women don't have a low. There is no bottom when they're mad. There is no limit. They don't have there's no lines. The lines is as mad as I am or depressed I am, you're coming down here with me, or as mad as I am, you're getting all the way to the fucking spectrum with me too. You're getting everything. And for us, we're just like, what the fuck is this? You're talking about my mom over dirty dishes? You know what I mean? Like, there's no low. There's no base. There's no low. Like, when you hit the level, like, okay, you've gone there. But my point about that is there's no low. But they don't mind going below the low. Let's say there is a low. They'll go below the low. And when they calm down, it's like, well, I didn't really mean it like that. It's like, well, 5 minutes ago you did. So, what is the low? What is it? And what, by going below the low, if there is a low, why do you think there's coming back from that? Let her rip, Tater Chip. Giving you the floor.
Ooh, man.
No, this one's just let it fly. Now, there are no rules. But this is not a shot. I'm not trying to take a shot at women right now. They know they're fucking nuts. They know they are. And they know when their emotions get the best of them. That's why they come running back wanting to have makeup sex. It's almost like sometimes they do it on purpose. They just want to have some makeup sex.
Mm-hmm.
So what is it? What the fuck is it? Where does this come from? So this is just a wide open topic. There are no rules. There are no regulations. Say whatever we don't, and that's one thing around here. We don't muzzle people. Okay? But the only time I will muzzle somebody is when they want to make it a personal, or they want to drive some political force down, that's just like, dude, we're not here to solve everybody's problems. We can talk about our opinions. But no, this is just a wide open conversation now with a few beers, and this is going to get interesting. But what I'm saying is it's not a rule. I'm just saying this is not a shot towards women. They know it. We know it. Everybody knows it. Women, what the fuck? Chime in. Tell us. Like, what drives that? What drives that inner fucking, I'm going to cut your fucking head off. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, let's put that head back on and I love you. What the fuck is that, dude?
They're being taught to be warriors, right? So they're at war, but you're not. And you won't compete against them because that's not in our nature. We'll automatically give up because, not that we're like submitting or by any means, but that's just, we compete with each other, you and I, men, whatever, like, you know what I mean? But they are like ingrained since they're born, like war in their mind, right? So they're like soul scrapers. They're dragging you in these directions that you don't want to go in. And basically you're not keeping up with the fight. So they're training you to basically do what they do and get into the war mode with them because they want to reproduce with like the strongest man they can. I think it is like the reason that women have like dad issues is because they're having problems finding a man who can overcome their father. That's what they want to reproduce. We're supposed to evolve and get bigger and stronger, but we've been heading in the wrong direction, especially men. Like, we've been disarmed since we were born, right? So because
your generation has.
Well, okay, it might only be coming from my perspective and down, but that's for sure happened to me.
But it started in mine.
Yeah,
it did start in mine. I'm not going to say that it didn't.
It was a generation above me that like they band together.
Well, it started with the mothers, not the men.
Mm-hmm.
It started with the mothers because I remember when I met my wife, it was that whole thing of you need to go to college and get a job where you can make it without a man. It's like, okay. Until shit goes wrong.
Yeah.
Until shit goes wrong, that feminism goes out the fucking window when shit goes wrong. When the tire needs changed, the yard needs mowed, that's a man job. Okay, it is a man job. Let me tell you what your job is. Stay at home mom. How about you keep the fucking house clean? That's a woman job. I mean, not saying that I want you barefoot pregnant at the sink, but come on. Who's the one making the messes? You and the kids. You wanted to have all these kids and be a stay-at-home mom. Well, welcome to stay-at-home motherhood. But no, it started in my generation. You're right. You're right, but
those the boomers, those women in the 70s.
Yeah.
Like Barbara Walters and all those women.
Yeah, I am woman, hear me roar shit.
Yeah. It got really bad then. That's like, I can look back at my family pictures and just see like my aunt just looking at me and like her daughters and all the girls that are like little girls that are around, you can just see it in their eyes, like they're just controlling and making sure I stay down and they're up. Like you can see it in their faces, just looking back in the past, and this is 30 something years ago. So I mean, I hate to go down that all route or whatever. Everybody's so obsessed with discrediting you whenever you say bringing something up, and it's the vast majority. But dude, I mean, it's like, remember that game Red Rover?
Yeah.
Red Rover, so and so come over. I mean, it was kind of the same thing, but it was like a mental tug of war. So like they all band and stuck together and held their hands as strong as they could and kept you from crossing them, and they just pushed back and pushed you down. But I mean, if you're a little kid, how are you supposed to know that that's happening to you? You're not, and then you grow up, and that's why so many of us have been beta males for so long, because we haven't been raised to be men. Our fathers tried their hardest, but our mothers manipulated our fathers through sex and controlled them. I mean, they've had movies all over the place. How to control a man? He may be the head, but we are the neck, and we turn it any direction we want. It's all about that. All they've been about is manipulating you, and it doesn't make any sense. Like they used to aspire to be a mother
And a good woman and a good wife.
They used to hang out during the day. They didn't have to like work and grind. And I mean, women hate working with women. It's like a fact.
Yeah, well, no, Candace Owens brings this. I don't know if I brought this up on the last one we talked about. I think I did. She has a great point on this. Is that she was like, feminism was the worst idea ever. Like, women are getting the short end of the stick on this whole feminism thing. She's like, so you're telling me that before feminism, all we had to do was stay at home, cook, clean, bear children, and take care of the children, and then we had a happy evening after that? Now we have to. Now all of a sudden, this is the point. Is that now the pressure's on them. They have to compete. They're competing with men now. Okay? They still have to bear children if they want to have a family. They make less than men because it's not just because of being a woman. It's when women have children, they're more important than their career. Unless you're just going to be a career woman and make sure you get your career done, right? But she's like, we're getting the biggest short end of the stick here. Like, we have to do everything that we were responsible for, and we still have to compete with men. We still have to raise the family. We still have to do all of our motherly duties, because you can't replace that motherly love. Men were like, look, let him fucking cry. You know, he doesn't need any more candy. Let him cry. You know, the woman will give in, but so that they still have to submit to everything and do all this other shit, keep the house clean and do all this and work. They're getting the shit end of the stick and being pressured to keep up with men. They are getting the shittiest end of the stick, and that was her point. And no wonder they're so fucking mad now. They're finding out everything they've been fighting for isn't worth a fuck. And it's not. As men, you know, and this is a most man moment out there, okay? That's the whole thing about being a man. That's our job. That's and that makes us feel good. That makes a man feel like a man, and a proud man is to be able to say, yes, I am the man of the household. I'm the father of these children. I have a career that takes care of these children. It's my job to give them a safe environment to grow up in, safe, stable, you know, drama-free or not problem-free, but that's our job. When problems happen, that's our job to solve them. Our job. And we take pride in that. And you take that away from us, Hello? There's a reason why men cheat. It's because they get tired of being the slave of what you want. And this probably is but it happened in my house. I woke up one day and I was like, what the fuck is this? I'm just the guy that takes care of everything around here. You know. But getting back to that of the low, they don't have a low. You can do all that for them. You can give them everything that they want. The school district, the house, the car, the neighborhood, the everything, the stay-at-home mom and all of that. And it's still not good enough. And I want to do this, I want to do that. And it's like, well, what about me? This is what I want to do. I've sacrificed everything for the last 10 to 15 years to give you everything that you want. And you're still not happy? Give you everything. And you're still not happy. Where's the low? Where's the line to where we say, okay, this is it? This is for most men out there. Most man. Moment. If you're in that situation, you have to put your foot down saying, hey, this is the low. You can't go past this low. You know? Otherwise, you have to go get a job. And your next car is going to be the car you can afford. Or, you know, this isn't what I signed up for, so you need to go get a job. But what is the low? Because like it's just like in I want to get your opinion on this, but this is what I'm saying is where's the low? Whenever you get into an argument or you get into or you just come to a crossroads and y'all can't you're loggerheading against each other, and you can't get your point across. You can't get nothing done. It's just. But it's like their knife is always bigger. It cuts deeper. We're not even wanting to cut. I'm not wanting to cut. I'm just like, what is this problem right here? The one that we're arguing over. What is this problem? Let's find a solution to that. Why is it that you got to pull out this fucking sword and see how deep you can cut me over something that you just lost yours? Went to sleep. That's right.
Gotcha.
So Tyler's got this new deal going where the logos are going to be, they're just going to be on a loop. But right now it hadn't, his big loop system hadn't downloaded yet. But yeah, that logo is just going to be on loop. Boom, 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 boom. So, be great. It's cool as shit. Love that. That's fucking this guy right here, Tyler. Got that shit done.
Oh.
No, but why is your sword got to be bigger? Why do you have to cut so deep? Why this? What's the gain by trying to hurt me as much as you can? And then all of a sudden it's no big deal when you calm down. What's the low? What is the low? They don't have a low.
Why do you so why? They're at war. You're not. And they make sure that you don't know that they're at war. I mean, you and I know, but like most guys are just now understanding that it's war to them. They're at war with you. I had to learn this the hard way, just like anybody else too, you know, like they kept us as dumb as possible. So we didn't know what they were doing to us. They like the whole game was to like take away everything from you and replace you with themselves. That way you could benefit from all these things. And it's like I guess it started, the origin was some inferiority complex because they're human beings, so they've learned that they're weaker than you, they're not as smart as you, they can't build the way you build, and that they want that, they yearn for that fulfillment also, because a soul, I don't think is a female or a male. I think a soul is just a soul, but you're inside of a. I could be wrong about that too. I'm totally guessing. I have no clue what the next life is, but basically they've been raised to be warriors. That is why they're so savage, and they do it to each other, which is why women hate women. That's why when they're like, "I know what she's doing," I hate her, because they can't tell you, like, oh, they're broke, and I don't mean like monetary, but like their soul is like broken, and they want to kill that bitch, and but I can't tell you, it's girl code. I
Girl
can't.
cut. Yeah, no, I've seen that. They are catty as fuck towards each other.
It's because they're in a secret silent war against you, and they cannot tell you. And some guys just get so broken over so long that like all their principles and values are just like doesn't matter anymore, because it's, if you've gone through the entire spectrum of existence of that type of woman, they're all like that. 100% are the feminists. Like, you start to understand that they care about feminism more than they care about their offspring, their husbands. Like, the ideology becomes more important than their nuclear family. So that's when you're like, okay, it's literally a race war to them. That's why they go as low as they do, because they're, one, there's no repercussions. Two, if they stop, all their girlfriends will shun them. They won't talk to them. They'll kick her out of the girl club. The repercussions for them are internal. It has nothing to do with you. And that's why they divorce all the guys, because they're not, they want strong men, but they have ensured that men are never going to learn about themselves. Like, they have ensured that the men do not become men, and then they hate them for not being it. But if you, and to them, they're like, if you're so smart, if you're a man, you're smarter than me. You don't even know what I'm doing to you. Well, okay, if your mother's been lying to you since the day we were born, how are you supposed to figure that out? It's where you need other men to be like, hey, look, this is like the worst game you could ever imagine. Here's what's going on. It's gonna hurt. You don't have to hate them. Just climb back on top, get a grip, and say stop. That's why I was talking about that Barbie movie last time. If you watch that Barbie movie, which I haven't even seen, the ideology is, it's all in your face. The very end of the movie says, we need to put men back in their box. Seal it up, tighten up, whatever. That way they have no clue what's going on. Too many of us gotten out of the box. We've all broken through the fence. It's all relative. So, I mean, until men can come to that kind of a conclusion, there are not going to be any repercussions for their actions. And that's why this country is in the state that it's in, because I don't know. I mean, I guess your generation escaped it, but my generation, where they had the boomers as the women, they grew up in the 70s. Oh my God, did they turn those women evil? And
What they did in my generation too,
yeah.
but it's just not as bad as yours. But here's the thing, though, is that I'm recently divorced, so I'm back in the world of dating, and all the women in my age group. Number one, I won't date one. I'm going younger. But here's the thing: all these women, especially girls in your age group too, I've talked to them too, and just, I don't like this new mic situation, but oh well. They're realizing that they fucked up. Every guy that I know right now, my age, in my age group, and divorce is rampant in my age group right now. everyone that I talk to and all the girls that I've talked to in my age group, they're realizing, man, we fucked up. They had it the best. All of them were stay-at-home moms. They had life by the nuts, and they fucked it up. So, sorry. Get old and fucking die. Okay? Because what y'all went, well, they know it now. Once those gray hairs start spouting, they know it now. Do they not know that every year there's a fresh crop of 21-year-olds? Every year. There's a fresh crop of 25-year-olds. Every year there's a fresh crop of 30-year-olds that can't find real men because y'all beat them into fucking submission. And now, guess who benefits? Guess who benefits for everything that y'all did to them? Beating them down with your no low. What is the low? Beat them down. Guess what happens? The older guys, we have an endless pool of younger women looking for real men. That's what's happening right now. And it's endless. And guess what those younger girls want? Kids. But guess what? Us older men, we've already had our kids. We don't want no more kids. So feminism out there, keep fucking trucking. Y'all have fucked your own wheel up. And it's the whole... I'm not saying every woman is a feminist out there. Okay? Because they're not. There's still a lot of good traditional girls out there. There is. I'm not going on it, but I'm just saying all the ones that have tried to take it to all this extreme. Good fucking job. Y'all fucked it up. Now, reap the fucking consequences. Get old, be single, and die. Because no fucking guy wants anything to do with y'all. Once you pass your expiration date. Used time. Y'all are a depreciating asset. Women, I'm not trying to be rude, and I'm not trying to be mean, and I'm not trying to be sexist, not trying to be anything. But women, once you turn 25, y'all are a depreciating asset. Period. A depreciating asset. And us men, we age like fine wine, baby. And every young girl will tell you that.
Always increasing in value. Earning
Every
more,
day.
making more, growing more.
Every day. Every day. So keep trying to chop it down. It ain't working. And get your low, whatever your low is, why don't you raise the bar? And maybe you'll have a lot more success in all sorts of relationship issues in your marriage and all this other stuff. Because if women think that a successful man that has kids and he loves his kids, has a decent family, it's just there's a little bit of shit going on between the wife. Let me tell you something. If you ask any man in his 30s and above that's got a great career, life's going good, his family's growing, you ask any of those men if he would risk his family and everything that he's worked for a 21-year-old girl for one night or a week, the answer is no. Because we take pride in building what we built. We have respect. Our family, what we built in our family that's what builds our character and our value as a man. Okay? There is no girl out there worth your marriage, your career, your kids' life, your home life, everything that you've worked for. Would you agree with that, Tyler? Would you agree that just some random girl, let's just say she's hot, bod, hot, whatever. Would you risk everything that you worked for one night or 1 week with that?
No.
No.
And most men would not.
No.
We have principles, and they can't be broken.
No, and what we built, what we amassed is more important than a piece of ass or some fantasy. Okay? Fantasies are fantasies.
Well, that's where all this started, that men used to do this. We couldn't let them vote. We used to just cheat on all of them. But, I mean, that shit rarely happened back then either. It's just, they got brainwashed in the 1800s too, and women stick together and band together. It becomes one big old race war because they vote on perception and emotion and all that shit, and nothing logical comes out of it. So, I mean, that's why it was stopped. And we had that rule of thumb where you could beat your wife with a stick no bigger than a thumb. But look at the percentage of the people who did that. It wasn't hardly anybody. So don't look at us like we're all the same, but we're gonna treat you all like you're the same. It's been one big dumbass game that it's just got to come to an end.
Well, it's everything that's going on in this country. It's everything that's going on in this world. Everything's got to come to an end. And I think, honestly, we're not at the end. It's going to get worse before it gets better. But I think that it's gotten so bad that we're at the beginning of the end. But we can't give up, is my whole point.
No, and that's why I keep saying, like, not only wake up, but get a grip. Like, you have to get a grip on it. And it's okay to stop them. There's nothing wrong with stopping them because the truth is on your side. You're not doing anything wrong. You've been torn apart to the point of, like, look how many men kill themselves. The suicide rates are off the charts. Look how many of us get in prison. Like, if you look at men's statistics, it is insane. And then they have, like, Women's History Month and, like, women's problems. Like, what problems? Ever so often, some dude off the chart that you never will know about goes and beats one up or something. I've never known a guy like that. Most guys have never known a guy like that. So, I mean, like...
Well, there's shitheads out there.
Okay.
I mean, there is, but I agree with you. I've never met anybody that's beat their wife or even openly admitted or whatever. But what, to your point, is that it's okay to stop it, because here's the thing. What you don't know, and I'm not saying you don't know this, I'm just saying what I know and what you know are totally different, because I went through that whole cycle. You haven't been married with kids yet. I have. Okay? But here's what I'm experiencing right now, is that these women my age, they are desperate for a life raft to get them to the next chapter. And all the guys my age that have been through what we've been through, we threw that fucking life raft away. We got our boat. My boat's staying afloat. There is no life raft. The life raft is for me, not for anybody else. But they're looking for that last boat to get on, to get them to the next promised land. My mom's done it 4 times. My mom's on her 4th marriage. She's crippled 3 fucking men for this one. Yeah.
But now your son will never have grandma and grandpa. On your side, at least.
No.
Yeah, they're causing generational damage. I don't even, like I said before, I don't even have kids. And my kids are already damaged before I even have them. Because, like, my girl doesn't have a grandma. My girl's mom divorced her husband. My mom divorced my dad. Like, I have no grandma, grandpa, nuclear family. They just did it just because, fuck, man. This is so retarded.
Oh, it is. It is. But here's the beauty of it, though. Here's the beauty of it, though, is that the tide is turning.
Yeah, but they're about to imprison us now. That's why they're not arresting the violent people. They're white-collar criminals. Like, we're next in line to Unless
Well,
Trump wins, but
but here's the thing, though, is there are options. We can get the fuck out of here. This ain't the greatest place. America's still America. I will give you that. But it's like when I brought up Kuwait, going over there. You go over there, and then you come back to the United States, and you're like, fuck, I'm in America again. You go over there. That's what I'm saying. You go over there, go through their airports, their malls, their stores and their restaurants and all that stuff over there. You go over there, and then you come back here. We're like a third world country over here. This place ain't as beautiful and everything that everybody thinks it is. It's not. You go over there, you go to Qatar. Go to Qatar's airport. Fly over Qatar and all that area over there over the Persian Gulf. You think we got beautiful beaches here? Shit. Theirs are just desolate over there. But they're not for long. Dude, I was in Saudi Arabia in 99 before Y2K, okay? And that's just when they started Dubai. Dubai had just been started 20-something years ago. Look at it now. Everybody thought that guy was crazy. He was a young kid when he first took over that country. You know, his family members and all that, or the rules, whoever gave it to him. Everybody thought he was crazy. He sucked all the oil out, built that whole country, those palms and all that kind of stuff. Dude, that's one of the safest countries on earth right now for people with money. Anybody that's got money is going to Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Okay, so there's Dubai, UAE, Abu Dhabi, Qatar. There's several of them. Kuwait. Do you know that Kuwait is probably half the size of Texas? And they're in the top 5 richest countries in the world. Half the size of Texas. They say, like, oh, I got to go to Saudi Arabia today. They should drive to Saudi Arabia. Dude, I'm telling you. Most man moment. Dude, start planning. I'm not a doomsday prepper. I'm not any of that shit. But, man, I'm telling you. They are trying to break this whole. They're trying to break this whole system. They're trying to break the whole system.
Build back better.
Yeah.
They're telling you what they're doing, but you're the domestic terrorist, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. You know, but what I'm saying is that they've got it. They've got an awful, evil plan for us, but. The whole thing is that it just goes back to of the subject. I don't want to. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to veer off into all the fucking conspiracies of our country, but I'm just saying. There's no low here. There's no low in America. It's
there's no repercussions.
There's no low. There's no repercussion. Well, there is for men, but not for anybody else.
Well, no, we're talking about why they don't have a low. It's because there's no repercussions. There's no grip. There's no leverage. There's no knowledge.
Well, single, old, and paying your own fucking bills is leverage. And they're starting to get all that. And they need to get it. So most men stuck in it out there. Prepare yourself that there is life after death. Trust me, I just went through it. Okay? Let them soak in that dirty diaper that they built for themselves. Let them soak in it. All these face diaper wearing people, oh, you don't wear a mask. Okay, no, walk up to him and say, hey, what the fuck do you got? Are you sick? You're walking around in public with a mask on? What kind of germs do you have? You have COVID? Why are you walking around out here like this? You know, They want to impose all this shit on us, you know. Sometimes give it back, but sometimes you can give it back and be silent, and that's what I'm saying. Let them, if they don't have a low, you determine the low and say, hey, this is low enough for me. I'm going to prepare myself to get out of this situation. This is what it's going to cost. You need to know that. You need to know the cost, what it's going to take, that's why there's a lot of most men out there. They don't want to bear that cost, but happiness is worth more than any amount of money. And just being free from misery is worth being broke. Let me tell you. I was broke for a little while, going through everything that I had to go through to get where I'm at today. And I'm telling you, it is a very liberating feeling to be broke and happy and not have a fucking rope around your neck. Somebody going, we're married. We're married. Everything that you've worked for your whole life, 100 divided by 2 is 50. Just saying. They don't have a low. You determine the low for yourself and what your self-worth is. There's plenty of other women out there. There's plenty of other women out there that know that they fucked up, are going through it knowing they fucked up, or women that haven't fucked up yet, and they're still wholesome and good, and they'll make a good partner. But just make sure that, I mean, what's my point here? Don't let them set the low bar. You set the low bar of what you're willing to put up with. Because if you don't do it, the bar will go here to here to here to here to here to here. And all it takes is one argument to go from here to here. And the only thing that you have to go through all this shit, but all they have to do is come back up here and say, let's have makeup sex. And then all of a sudden it's okay again. For you to go from here to here. You have to put up with all that bullshit. Well, you know what? There's a lot of girls out there that don't want to have makeup sex. They want somebody that treats them right. Or they realize that they're not going to do that to the next guy. They've already done it, and they lost everything because of it. So, yeah. So leave it in the comments. Email. What's the level of low? What are we willing to put up with? I mean, let's not talk about lows. I mean, but there's got to be a low that what you're willing to put up with. Okay? Most man will focus on the low. Real men, we focus on the high. This is where we're going. We're not going here. We're going here. That's the moment right there. Don't focus on the low. Set the low bar to where I'm not putting up with this shit no more. This is my low bar. You hit my low bar too many times, you got to go. Right?
Yep.
Then explain to him, say, hey, you hit my low bar more than 3 or 4 times, you got to go. Married, hit my low bar more than 10 times, you're gone. Right? Because we're aspiring for this. We're not aspiring for here.
You're gonna be ashamed. You're gonna be ridiculed. You're gonna be torn down. You have to stick to your principles. If you do not want to put up with something, do not put up with it. Stop it. Get a grip on it. Push back.
Yep.
Stop is all you're doing. Stop. They don't like being told no, but they want to be told no. So
I think they actually respect no more than they respect yes.
Yeah, they do. But
they do.
Yeah.
Subconsciously they do, but they're not going to admit it.
They're starting to.
They're going to have to, because they're going to be sitting around going, fuck, man, I got to pay my own bills. It's happening. It's happening.
They're keeping men out of the workforce, though, so they're going to be able to pay their own bills. That's part of the war. Man, working with women in the workforce really sucks. They're getting a grip on things, and they're keeping men out. Like, you know how we have to hire whoever is like based on the protocols by the government that tells us. When they start their own businesses, they hire whoever they want to. They don't care. They don't have to follow the rules. Here's
the whole thing though. Here's one argument that I have, and I've had this since day one. For me, I would rather work with a woman any day of the week than not like you. Me and you have a synergy that we work off each other. But I'm just talking like if I had a group of men. Now, I take that back. Let me say, just in my concrete business, it was more of a joy to work with all the women than it was the men, because the men were dumb. They were the dumbest of the dumb. And the women were the ones that really kept that company running. They did. But it was because they came in, they didn't have no bullshit. They were like, look, man, we're coming in and doing our job, and we're getting the fuck out of here, man. You know, they had shit to take care of. They had families to take care of, kids to take care of, all the schoolwork, blah, 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 blah. Women have shit to do, right? But I'm talking the relationship in the women. But I'm just talking in the workforce. Women are very productive. But here's the whole thing, though. That's what my whole point about. Did I bring it up on the first podcast or this podcast? About the new multimillionaires of this next 20 years is going to be the fucking construction trades. Trade skills, people that know how to work on shit and get shit done and build shit, they're going to be the ones that make all the money, man. This internet thing's going to do its deal. It is going to do its deal. But plumbers, electricians, all that, dude, they are going to be the ones making all the money. Because you can't find nobody to do it. Everybody wants to be on Instagram and Snapchat and blah, 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 blah. No. That too will phase out and something else will happen. Right? So, we'll see how it goes. So, but the question is what's the low? You set your low. What is the low? Set that low, stick with that low, and don't let it go that low. And just have a checklist system on what you're going to put up with and what you're not going to put up with and how many times you're going to hit that low before you say, hey, beep, beep, it's time to go. Right? Ain't putting up with this shit no more.
100%.
Got anything else you want to say before we end it?
I think that's it, man.
Okay. All right. So, again, join the men's club. Get your man kit. Get your man card. Get your balls back. 12-step recovery program on how to maintain and retain. Okay. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, comment. Boom. iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, iHeartMedia, themostmen.com is the website. Jointhemensclub.com. info@themostmen.com is the email. Again, Rumble. Come join us on Rumble. Come on, please. We need to get moving to Rumble. They're not censoring anybody over there. It's a lot more fun. We still like YouTube. That's the drill. We're looking to grow. Thank you all. See you next time. Y'all have a good night.